As an iOS developer using SWIFTUI, I tried using the popular Pomodoro technique to boost my productivity, but I found it to be ineffective and even counterproductive. In this video, I share my personal experience with the Pomodoro technique, why I think it falls short for software developers, and offer alternative strategies to help you stay focused and productive. If you're like me and have struggled with the Pomodoro technique, then this video is for you. Let's dive in. If you're like me, most probably you have been searching for productivity tips, how to code faster, how to build better apps. Now, one thing that you might encounter is the Pomodoro technique. Basically, the Pomodoro technique means that you work for 25 minutes and then have a 5-minute break, or this could be like 15 minutes and then a 10-minute break. And this is kind of set. It's a rule that 1/5 of the time you take a break after your work. But it's kind of counterintuitive when it comes to being in the flow. And, us developers need a little bit of time to warm up our brains to get into the state of flow. And that 25 minutes or even 50 minutes is not quite enough. So what I came up with is the FLOWMODORO technique. And I also created an app for that, which I'm going to build out today in SWIFTUI. This FLOWMODORO technique is basically you just start your timer and get to work. And whenever you get into the flow, you are not interrupted by some standardized time like 25 minutes or 50 minutes. You are going to get into the flow, and once you get out of it, you realize, oh, I've been working, and then you hit pause. And the FLOWMODORO app will automatically calculate that 1/5 of the rest time, and it will start it for you. And then after the rest is over, it will alert you that, okay, it's time to go back to work. And another session begins. It could be shorter, it could be longer. It's up to you. Are you looking to take your SWIFTUI skills to the next level? Or perhaps you've hit a roadblock with the SWIFTUI project and need some guidance? Look no further. At Rebeloper.com/mentoring, I offer one-on-one mentoring sessions where you can learn SWIFTUI from scratch or get expert help with your existing projects. With years of experience in SWIFTUI development, I have a deep understanding of the framework and can provide personalized guidance to help you achieve your goals. In just 1 hour, you will gain valuable insights and practical skills that will help you become a better SWIFTUI developer. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced developer, my mentoring sessions are tailored to your specific needs and level of expertise. So don't wait any longer to become a SWIFTUI pro. Go to Rebeloper.com/mentoring and book a session with me today and take your SWIFTUI skills to the next level. Okay, so as you can see, we are starting off with a brand new Xcode project. Make sure that you select macOS and app because we are going to build out a macOS menu bar application. So let's click on next right over here, and the product name would be, okay, so let's click on next right over here, and let's just put it near my actual application right over there. Let's create that. And let's get rid of all that nonsense we don't need. So first things first, we want to set up some states for our FLOWMODORO application. And for that, I'm going to create an enum. Yeah, I'm going to just, this will be the whole application, this one file basically. So what we are going to do is just create an enum of FLOWMODORO state. And that would be, well, we are going to have 3 cases. One is stopped. The other one is flow. And the final one is rest. We're going to go through these 3 stages. You can understand that, I guess. Let me just have a little bit more space. So yeah, code is much better than the navigation bar. Okay. So we want to store these cases in a private state object. So let's just have that var FLOWMODORO state. And this will be of type FLOWMODORO state. And starter one, of course, is going to be stopped. Now we are also going to track time, so we also need a private state variable for that, and that would be our progress. And we're just going to use an int value here. Yeah, we're just going to track time according to seconds. 0 is the starter one. Then we want to display our time, and for that we need hours, minutes, and seconds. So let's create those private state variables, hours, and because we are displaying them, we are storing the actual value in the progress time, but this is the display, so that's why we have these 2 zeros. Let's hit Command D twice so we can duplicate that line, and let's have minutes and seconds. Okay, finally we need a timer, so let's create our timer, and that would be timer.publish every 1 second on the main loop dot main and in the common, and we're going to stop it. We are going to not stop, pause, play this timer. We are just going to run it. So we are just going to go with auto connect. Okay. We are also going to have some sort of a sound that it's going to be played when we reach the end of our rest. So let's just have a private state of, well, we do need to import AVKit for this. So import AVKit, and we are going to have here an audio player, and that would be of type AV audio player. And we can just safely bang that out because I'm going to give it a value when this view appears. Okay, so now it's time to build out our scene. And we are not going to use the window group because that's basically for the window, the window of our application. No, we are going to create a menu bar only application. So we can just replace this window group with a menu bar extra. So menu bar extra, and let's just choose the one with a content and label because I want to add a text layer there. Of course, you can just choose whatever you'd like, but I like the content to be first, so that's why. So right over here, I want to have text, and what would the text be? Well, we just go hours, and then these 2 dots, hours, minutes, another colon, and then seconds. Okay, what would be inside the menu bar extra? Well, first of all, let's just add a simple quit button. So let's just have a button with a title and action. The title would be quit, and the action would be ns application.shared.terminate, and the sender would be nil. Okay, so one final thing, because we would just have the app icon pop up. Let's just change that inside the info plist file, and let's just add in here application is agent. There we go. And you want to set this to yes. Okay, while we are here, let's just drag and drop our sound. It's inside my downloads folder, and let's just drag it right over there. It's called audio. Yeah, we're just going to use that. Okay, let's build and run and see how it goes. Well, first of all, you should just see this on your menu bar right over here. I do have this nice animation, so I do have to set up a bartender preferences, and what I'm going to do is just move it out of my hidden files. Okay, so there we go. We have that already set up. Let's just stop this and build and run one more time. There we go. It's really, really nice. Let's go, and while we are at it, let me just delete also the content view. We don't need that. Okay, so let's stop this and let's have a little bit more space. Okay, so what do we want to add in here? Well, we actually want to add a button where we are going to start the FLOWMODORO pause it, go to the break, all of that stuff. So we need actually a button right over here. But before we do the button, we want to create a changing text and a changing action for this button. So let's just have here a new function after our body, and that would be did tap FLOWMODORO button. So here it will be our action. So we're just going to switch through our FLOWMODORO states, and if it's stopped, then the action would be to move forward and set the state to flow. If it's in flow, we are going to again move forward, and it will be we are going to set it to a rest. Now, when we are in rest, we are just going to say the progress time should be set back to 0 because we are setting up a new flow state. So FLOWMODORO state should be set up to flow. Okay, so now what we want to set up is our button text. Okay, so the button text would be according to our state. So let's have a function right over here. There we go. And we are going to return a string right over here. And again, I'm going to use the FLOWMODORO state, switch through that. And on the stopped, we are going to return start. So this is the actual buttons label. Let me just paste these two right over here. When we are in flow, we want to rest. That would be the buttons label. And when we are in rest, we are going to work. Okay. We are also going to add some sort of an image, an SF symbol, so we better know what stage we are in, because the timer doesn't really tell us, okay, it's counting up or counting down, but let's just help ourselves a little bit more. So let's just have a function, and it's a system image, so we are just going to return its string name. Again, let me just copy these cases out, and then this would be when we are in stopped, we want to display a stop.fill image. When we are in a flow, we want to play.fill, and when we are rest, we are in pause.fill. Okay. So that's enough setup. Let's create our button right over here. So that would be with a title and action. So the title would be our FLOWMODORO button text, and our action would be did tap FLOWMODORO button, which is really, really nice. Okay, so yes, so we want to also add in right over here to our text that system image name that I was talking about. So let's create a horizontal stack, and let's just put it right over there. So let's have our image, system name, and FLOWMODORO image. Okay. Let's build and run one more time. Let's see our status, what we have. Okay, it is stopped. Yeah, we have our stop button. So we can just click on it, and as you can see, we have the quit button, which will just quit the application. Let's build and run again. And we have also the start button. It's just changing the actual icon, not the timer, just now. We can rest. We are in pause mode, and we can just work again. And we are going to come back to the stop after we implement the timer. So we are getting there. So what we need to do is set up let's just set up our audio first, because when we appear on this text, let's just have that set up. So on appear, set up audio. Okay, let me just create that function, setup audio. And what does the setup audio do? Well, first of all, we want to make sure that we do have that audio file. and then we are going to initiate the audio player. So a simple guard let statement will do guard let path equals it's inside the bundle, so we just go bundle dot and our main bundle, so it's not an SPM or anything like that. Let's add in here path for resource of type. So the resource name would be audio and the type is MP3. Now whatever you just add there, that's what you are going to use. Else we are going to return. So now that we got our path, we can say audio player equals try question mark. We don't really care about the error. We want to make sure that we do have that audio player. So we just go AV audio player and contents of. I want to create a URL and file URL with path. And we're just going to go with the path. Okay, and that's how we set up our audio. We just do that on up here. Now, on the receive of the timer, we are, it's just going to fire 1 second at a time. We want to do our logic, so the counter string. So we just go on receive. And that would be our timer. We just go again, publisher. We don't really care about the actual timer value. We just go did receive timer. Again, let's just create this too. So let's have a function did receive timer. And you see, I'm moving all of the functionality out of the body, so whenever I want to, I can just search it easily. Okay, so did receive timer. Again, we want to switch through our FLOWMODORO state. So FLOWMODORO state, and we just have a case of stopped. Whenever we have that case, we actually want to set the progress time back to 0. And the next case is when we are in flow. That's when we are setting the progress timer plus equals 1. And the other one, and finally the last one, is the rest. Now it's a little bit complicated right over here. First of all, we do have our progress time scaled all the way up, maybe 60 seconds or, whatever time you were working. We want to divide that by 5. So we just want to say progress time equals our progress time divided by 5. So that would be the rest time. And then we want to scale it down, like remove 1 by 1, but only till we get to the 0. So if progress time is greater than 0, we are just going to say progress time minus equals 1. Otherwise, we come to the end of our rest. So we just say audio player dot play. So we play that sound and we move our FLOWMODORO state back to stopped. Okay, we don't want to trigger the timer, trigger the flow state when the rest is over. We want that to be done manually. Okay, so that's our time management. And then we want to track this time, and according to that, the progress time, according to that, display something on the menu bar. So for that, because this is a published state variable, we want to have a dot on change of progress time. Again, we are not interested in the new value, so I'm going to go with underscore there, and I'm going to have a did change progress time. Okay, let's just scroll all the way down right over here. Let's create that function did change progress time. Okay, so whenever we are changing our progress time, we want to display the hours, minutes, and seconds. That's kind of according to this value of the progress time. Now I'm going to create another function that it's kind of a helper function. It will be called clockify. This is a value when, let's say it's 1 second. It should say not just 1 as a string, but 0, 1 or 0, 2 and up till 10. So this will get in a value of type int, and we are going to get back a string. So what this clockify does is basically if we have a value less than 10, then it would not be 1, 2, 3, 4, it would be 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. It's not going to return that string. So let's create that. First of all, let's decide if this is less than 10 or not. So if we are going to have a ternary operator, so if the value is less than 10, question mark, give me a 0, otherwise give me an empty string, because after that we are going to append our actual value. So that would be the clockify. Now, when we do have a progress time change, we are going to say hours equals clockify the value, and that would be our progress time. That's in seconds, so we want to divide that by 3600. Okay, next up is the minutes. That's clockify. Now we want to divide our progress time by 3060, but also divide it by 60 again. Okay, so that's our minutes. What about the seconds? So let's just go for the seconds. That would be clockify again. Now we are going to have the progress time modulo 60. So divided by 60, what is the remainder? Okay, so yeah, basically that would be it for our did change progress time. Let's see that. So now we are in stop. We're just going to start, and as you can see, it's just counting all the way up. Okay, so now we are at 5 seconds. Let's just wait till 15 seconds. So what I'm going to do is press on rest, and it should start counting down from 3 seconds. So let's go rest. And there we go, we have our sound played after the rest has been done, and we are set back to 0. Now, one final thing, it's kind of a UI touch that I would like to add in here. I don't really like that, we always have the hour 2 zeros right over there. So we are going to have there a little bit of logic. Let's just scroll all the way up for the hours. So if the hours is equals to the 0, 0, I don't want to show it. So we are going to have a spacer, because I think that the actual system image is way too close to our counter. So I'm going to have a spacer right over there. Otherwise, we are going to have, again, space and then the hours. Okay, and let's move this colon right over here after our hours. Yes, let's build and run one more time. Let's see that. As you can see now, it's much better. So we have the minutes and seconds. Let's just start that. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, we can just rest if we wanted to. And then we have 10. Let's just go all the way up, maybe to 20. Now make sure till we go a little bit up to check out rebeloper.com/mentoring for mentoring sessions just like these. If you have any bugs in your code, if you want to learn SWIFTUI, go ahead and check it out. It's at rebeloper.com/mentoring. So let's rest now. And as you can see, 5. We are just stopping that. It's really, really nice. And if you'd like to know more about my wish list of WWDC, go ahead and check out the video. It's right over here.